At the PPA Atlanta, CJ Klinger and JW Johnson announced themselves as the new sheriffs in town in men's doubles. Let me show you how they did it. Their first test came in the quarterfinal against none other than the first seed, Hayden Patrick and Federico Staksrud. CJ and JW came out firing though. They were firing all cylinders, playing really well. Nice patient rallies where they're moving the ball around. A lot of middle dinking in this game like that, and that's something that's underutilized at a lot of levels of play. That middle dink, you'll see later on, it causes some confusion with Federico and Hayden and creates a lot of opportunities for JW and CJ. But just a lot of patience there. Great ATP defense here by CJ, and then that ball's a little bit out. So they came out firing in game one, and they take game one fairly easily at 11-3. They're ready to go, but Federico and Hayden fight back to 10-6. And again, you're going to see a nice patient rally here. This area here, this middle area, you're going to see Hayden come over here and take several of these dinks. That is a problem later on for Federico and Hayden in the middle. Creates a lot of difficulty for them later on and potentially cost them the match. There's a principle here in this middle coverage that's called Respect the X that we developed here at Better Pickleball Academy. And it's an area that can really help you improve your game. If you break the X for no reason, you can get stuck. So knowing how to respect the X is really helpful. So Federico and Hayden take game two 11-6. Next, I'm going to share with you 3 coaching tips from this match, and then we'll continue the story of the quarterfinals. If you want clarity on your middle ball coverage, so there's no doubt as to whether it's yours or your partner's, then you're going to want to respect the X, which we developed here at Better Pickleball. I'm going to put a link up here, and you can get a free guide that'll show you this really powerful double strategy that'll help you play better pickleball. Take advantage of it. Wouldn't be a video on this channel if we didn't give you some coaching tips. I'm going to give you 3 coaching tips from this match. The first coaching tip has to do with competitive play anytime you're playing tournaments or league or anything like that. What you can see here is that CJ and JW have gone up 4-1 in game 3. Remember, you have a timeout at 6 on the switch. Really good timeout here by Federico and Hayden to take a moment here at 4-1 and say, hey, what's going on? Let's relax a second here and figure this out. This next tip has to do with middle coverage here. So here, CJ is going to blast this ball through here. If you want to have clarity on your doubles coverages, this ball through here, as Federico is moving forward, should be covered by Hayden. Anything in this zone here is Hayden's ball. That way there's no confusion about who's going to take it. Instead, the ball is allowed to go through. Federico then has a more difficult shot and misses what should be a relatively easy shot for that team. And then this last one has to do with recognizing openings that are available to you. So here what we're going to see is JW has an opportunity here on the unwind. So Federico sliding over, Hayden's trying to fill in. So if you stop it here, it's pretty obvious where JW should drive this ball. This is wide open. JW is a good ball driver. He can play singles and drives the ball very well. Driving that ball here is going to create a lot of stress. Instead, JW picks over here, which is a mistake in terms of selection. He misses the shot as well, but I'm less concerned about the missed mechanics as I am about the shot-making decision, which is to go straight to the opening. So now you have 3 coaching tips, 1 specific to competitive play, 2 that apply in any double situation that we've learned from the pros. PPA action allows you to learn a lot. You can follow it on Pickleball TV or live if you get a chance to. Here we're going to pick up the action at 5-5. Federico and Hayden have come back from a 5-1 deficit and are taking control. CJ is going to hit that attack there. Doesn't really fit with their strategy. Fortunately for them, they get a timeout here. We're going to pick up the action now at 7-6. So we have Hayden and Federico in control. We're going to pick it up at 7-6. Federico's going to hit a really nice drive here, but I want you to watch his reaction afterward. It's just, it's over amping yourself, right? It's too much. And we're going to backtrack a second. You can really see it here when they zoom in on him. He's overexcited here. And this is going to come back to hurt him in a minute. I'm going to show you they're up 8-6 with Federico serving. There's a little bit of a apology there for a high ball. Super classy move there. But watch here. 8-6, game 3, I miss a serve. That can happen. But I'm going to suggest to you that this happened because he was over-amped from the prior shots. His level is so high right now. He's redlining so much, And there are studies on this. If you want to learn more about it, we did an episode on pickleball therapy. We talk about redlining. It really affects your play. I'm going to show you in a second. He's going to miss another super simple shot, and it's going to cost him. And it's from redlining. So here what we're going to see is we're going to see his partner, again, too amped up. The team now is so amped up. They're trying to do everything quick. Quick attack, misses. I know he's looking at his shot. That's not what the problem was. It's just trying to do too much. We're too amped up. Here, we're going to see a missed return of serve. Game 3, when you're up 8-6, now all of a sudden it's tied. Really smart timeout there. But that's really difficult to come back from that sort of redlining when you're so amped up. Now JW and CJ are in control. They're going to basically come in. This is where that middle is going to hurt. Hayden and Federico, you're going to see Hayden come in here and take a ball he probably shouldn't have taken there. Some confusion on the flick. And that's how CJ and JW overcame their first obstacle to become the new sheriffs in town. Next up in the semifinals for JW and CJ were Declan Barr and Dylan Frazier. Declan and Dylan played them hard, took them to 3 games, really tough match. If you're an Academy member, I'm going to talk about the scoreline here. This scoreline in terms of how you can evaluate your play based on time. It's super interesting. But in 3 games, JW and CJ moved on to the finals. So JW and CJ have gone through the 1st seed and the 4th seed. Now they're facing the 2nd seed in the finals. Much anticipated match appeared with Ben Johns and Gabe Tardio. This was a really good match. It only took 3 games out of 5, but it was a good match. One of the problems that they had was this here. You're going to see Gabe attack from here. Colin Johns would never have attacked from there. He would have reset from there. And you're going to see here when Ben goes to serve, he's Ben, right? But in his mind, he's going, that's not what we want to do, and that hurts him later on in the game. This attacking by Gabe. So at the end of the match, you see CJ come in here, really good attack on an opening there on a switch there, and JW and CJ take game 1. Now they have confidence going into games 2 and 3. Game 2 looked like Ben and Gabe had their feet under them, and they were going to maybe get back into this match. They're up 8-4 here. They're running pretty good right now. And we're going to stay on this rally for a minute because I want you to see this is a masterclass on moving through the transition zone. Look at the calmness, right? No problems, no rush. High balls, all the balls are really traveling up high, right? Nice height over the net. Not going to hit the net, anything but the net is what they're saying. They're nice movement, nice and relaxed. Not trying to attack from here like we just saw Gabe do, right? Just basically want to get up. And then from here is where we're going to start doing our work. And nice patience up here. You know, Ben is grinding. That's his superpower is grinding, and Gabe's learning to do it. And then there, finally, he gets a ball that he likes, and he attacks it. But that's literally, textbook Ben and Gabe strategy. Now this one here, now they're up 9-4. Okay, when you're up 9-4 in a game like this, you cannot put this ball into the net, no matter what. Let them hit it, whatever you got to do. You cannot lose momentum in these key moments like that. And Ben's an amazing player, but this missed 3rd shot really comes back to bite them. You can see now it's 8-9, and we're going to see here basically work by CJ and by JW here. Patience, grinding, no problems here. And then what we're going to see is you don't want that to happen. You don't want to see Gabe having a dink out of the air like that. That's really not his strong suit. He ends up floating a little bit. And you can see there's a little bit of conversation about using a timeout. Good call using the timeout, but this is trouble now. Here at 9-9, we're going to see another situation similar to the last one here, where we're going to see another mistake, if you will. It's just so costly for them. And here what you're seeing here is just the patience of CJ and JW, just working the point, no rush, willing to grind. This used to be, Ben's exclusive territory. Other teams are doing it now. There you have Gabe trying to attack. Bad spot, and Ben is not happy with that attack by Gabe. That is not the game plan. And now here at 10-9, we're going to see another master class on transition zone. That's why I'm going to run this entire rally so you can see just how effective that transition zone work is. And as I mentioned earlier, if you get a chance to watch some of this live at any point, it's amazing to watch just their patience live. No rush, high balls, look at the height over the net, right? Going to work my way in. You just keep working, right? And then little by little, now I've gained the line as a JW and CJ. I'm in a good spot here. And I'm going to be patient here. I'm just going to be patient. We're going to see a really good dink by CJ into this spot in a second. I'm going to pause it for you so you can see it. But it's absolute dagger of a shot, and he puts it into the perfect spot. Again, super patience there, nothing to work with, keep working. And then once we get this ball here, he's going to drop that into here. It's a beautiful dagger shot, pushes Gabe off the line, and JW reaches in to poke it, which is an unexpected shot by him with the forehand. So CJ and JW come back from 8-4 down and take game 2, and they're poised to win the match. So we're in game 3. The score is 4-3. It looks like it's a match, but let's look at these next 2 rallies, and you're going to see how this match is pretty much almost over. Here we have Gabe miss a return. Not the end of the world. This is what I don't like, right? No paddle tap, nothing. If you're playing pickleball doubles, you got to lift your partner up. I mean, it's such an important part of the game. If your partner doesn't feel supported and loved and up, they're not going to play well. Here, what I want you to notice is, look at this middle here. It's completely open to JW and CJ just to keep jumping balls in there. One of Gabe's strengths is this ball right here, right? That ball, attacking that out of the air. He's handcuffed right now, is not allowed to do that. He's having to step off the line and take balls. Gabe Tardio does not step off the line and take balls. Gabe Tardio's superpower is to take balls out of the air. You can agree or disagree with that strategy. That's his strong suit. So right now, he's not able to play his game. He just has to play a dinking game, which he's fine at, but it's not his strength. His strength is to be attacking out of the air. Ben ends up winning that one, but this team right now is unidimensional. They only have one attack, which is Ben's outside backhand. Don't put it there, you're going to be fine. Here, CJ does a nice attack here on this open court, so you can see that. Gabe is going to attack this ball, and then you're going to see JW back off the line. It's a really good move by him. Counter. Ben's done. He wants to go home. And that's how you have a new sheriff in town, CJ Klinger and JW Johnson. I'm going to put a link up here to that Respect DX guide that I promised you earlier. It's a really good strategy. The guide is free, so why not take advantage of it? And I'll see you inside our next video together. Be well.